People, ask yourself, what's your purpose of life? What's your purpose of existence? Why are you here? Why are your children here? Why are your family here? Why was this earth created? Also, ask yourself, do you believe the TV screens, the radio channels? Do you believe this hype about Islam? Look into it yourself. And listen and ponder carefully.
From what I see, this country's media will forever diss Islam. They say it's full of oppressed women and terrorists. They warn you against the Muslims, saying you should be scared of them, especially the veiled up women and bearded men. Well, that's the propaganda. But I advise you to take a proper gander. With your two eyes, you realize and see clearly it's a lot of slander. They want to see the downfall of this great religion. Why? Because this society prospers greatly off of sex and naked women. Now let me ask you a question. Is the purpose of life corporate jobs and law degrees? Then on the weekend, it's let's get drunk and disorderly. Punch up some punks until they call police. Bunk up in the dump and fall asleep. Then wake up the next morning drenched in your own vomit in some corner street. I didn't think so. So ponder over this intro the next time you see or hear Islam defamed with insults. Crime is on the up, we can see more casualties. Why? Because people's chasing more money, more power, more status, but losing morality. This society is lost in confusion, and the government doesn't know what to do, even though they know Islam is the solution. So they taint that picture with Bin Laden and the Taliban, and how the West is at war with Afghanistan, and how there's weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and how there's so much conflict in the Middle East. Hold on, I thought democracy was spread so countries can live in peace. Islam means peace. But would you be surprised if an Iraqi arms his piece, aims at an invading armed soldier and blasts his arms in pieces? I wouldn't think so. So ponder over that the next time you're at home on your sofa watching Pandora's Window. Because what they want you to believe is any Muslim practicing fully is a bully, homophobic, anti-Semitic or extremist. And they'll try to do this. Why? Because they want to see Islam extinguished or at the very least diluted. But I'm going to go now. Before I go and you form your opinion and make a decision, despite all this negative criticism, why is Islam the world's fastest growing religion?
The arms of Islam's wide open. Don't listen to the shaitan. Run into the arms that's wide open. A lot of people hate Islam, and some don't know why they hate Islam. Some hate because the way society paint Islam, that's not the real. They're painting some fake Islam. They can't break Islam. You're all welcome. Come and join the great Islam. It's the greatest path. 30 days of Ramadan, it's the greatest fast. It teaches you how to control your desires and appreciate life. We break fast at sunset and start fasting when the sun rises. For the Most High. Islam's been embraced by some of the most evilest guys that have been in this life. Why do you need whips and ice? You put your neck on the line for something you can't take when you die. Government, stop brainwashing people and let them decide. Man, then put the text to the side. Take time and take this advice. I know this thing. Before Islam, I done a couple stretches inside. There's more to life than moving reckless and dying. Back in a freight bridging, snatching a necklace and riding. My life's changed, cause this deen's life changing. Don't stand and watch and see life changing. Do you think your purpose of life's working 9 to 5 and raving, trying to get the gauge in, drinking till you're swaying, blazing, getting caged in? Now you may be thinking guns don't kill, people do. But don't you think it's incredible what intoxicant make people do? Now you may be thinking it's okay to drink in moderation. Well, let me get to the depths of this conversation. Things are based upon our own desires and intellectual situation. If we believe there's no guide for the creation, the majority of the population say they believe in God, but to God's guide there's no obedience and consideration. They rather follow Satan, bring unlawful partners to hotels and accommodations, and accommodate them with unlawful sex fornication. More children out of wedlock amongst the nations. This is not modesty, it's degrading. Women dressed but naked, masks on their faces, faces plastered with makeup, making targets for rapists. Is this better than the ones that cover their bodies and faces? They're not oppressed, it's piety. Don't be oppressed by society, and just for society. Muslims, we uphold our respect in society, no matter the stick and stress we get from society. You have no boundaries in your life and you're still not happy. You've been there, worn the t-shirt. Now come and embrace Islam and join me as a revert.